The dentist's office smelled faintly of mint, mixed with that sterile anxiety you can almost taste. I was scrolling through my emails when a nurse quietly called my name, her voice hesitant, almost as if she feared someone else overhearing. "Sir, the doctor wants to speak with you privately." The words clung to me unnaturally. My daughter's chair sat empty under the harsh glow of the overhead light as I stepped into the exam room. The dentist looked pale, his eyes distant, unfocused, a look I'd seen before in people holding a secret they shouldn't know. He avoided my gaze and said simply, "Take your daughter and go to the police station immediately." I froze. "What? Why?" He swallowed, paused, and motioned toward the X-ray on the screen. "I'm obligated to report this, but you should get ahead of it yourself." When I leaned closer, the image on the monitor made the air around me feel thinner. Nestled among the familiar shapes of teeth and jawbone was something entirely out of place. Small, metallic, deliberate. That night, I couldn't eat. Upstairs, my daughter slept peacefully. My wife sat across from me at the dinner table, holding a glass of wine and asking if I was okay. I nodded, but something inside me had shifted, quietly, irreversibly. The dentist called again later, voice shaking. "Mr. Harlow, that object in your daughter's jaw, it was implanted. Recently." The words echoed. I replayed the past month in my head. Her sudden fear of hugs, flinching when her mother brushed her hair, the strange new game her aunt had taught her. That night, I asked casual questions, carefully watching her reactions. Her answers were too polished, her smiles too rehearsed. When I mentioned the dentist, she froze for a fraction of a second. That was all the confirmation I needed. I wasn't imagining things. I started gathering proof methodically, quietly, like a man piecing together his own nightmare. First, I bought copies of the X-rays and dental records, paying in cash. Then I collected phone logs, noticing her late-night calls to her sister, long, often deleted. I said nothing, keeping up the facade of a patient, loving husband, while I scrutinized every detail. 2 weeks later, I took my daughter to a specialist. Another scan confirmed it. A tiny metal tag, a tracking chip surgically implanted. Not something any dentist would ever put in a child. It bore a number and a name, my wife's sister. I didn't confront her that night. I watched her sleep, calm, slow breathing, flawless. I wondered if she'd done it to protect someone or to hide something. 3 days later, the truth hit harder. A forensic contact traced the chip to a clinic 2 states away, owned by my wife's ex. The same man she had sworn never to speak to again. Memories resurfaced. The faint bruises on my daughter's jaw, the whispered warning. Mom said not to tell. She came home early that afternoon, humming lightly, carrying groceries. I waited at the kitchen table with a single sheet of paper. The clinic report. "Where did you take her?" I asked. Her face froze. A smile trembled, then faded. What are you talking about?" she stammered. I pushed the paper toward her. Color drained from her cheeks. Her lips parted, but no sound came. She tried to laugh, but the truth was already visible in her eyes. I wanted to make sure she was safe," she finally admitted, voice cracking. "I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I stated facts." The dentist report was filed. The police informed, her sister implicated. Her composure collapsed. Tears came, excuses spilled, but I stayed still, watching the illusion I trusted dissolve. When she reached for me, I stepped back. "You used her to hide your secrets," I said softly. Her whispers didn't matter anymore. I left her there, surrounded by the weight of her choices. The next morning, I took my daughter to the park. The air was clean, untouched by deceit. For the first time in weeks, she smiled, genuine, unguarded, free. I didn't tell her everything. Some truths are only for the guilty. That day, I realized I hadn't lost a wife. I had let go of a mirage. Betrayal isn't in the act itself. It's in placing trust in the wrong hands. And once it's reclaimed, it's gone for good.